Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com and my project for you today uses the Wishing You Well stamp set. Now there are a lot of sentiments in this, useful for get well cards, just wishing you well, just a note, season's greetings, sending you our thoughts and prayers, and I think that this is a very versatile stamp set that could be used for many things, and that is why I'm showcasing this to you today. I've got two little cards here, one a very simple design but very effective, and I've stamped the bow and I've also cut it out to give that card a bit of extra dimension, and I think that works well, so I'm very pleased with that. And then this one here uses the bow to stamp off to create a quirky little design, and then I've used my 2 1/4 inch punch, just punch out that little circle of foliage, and added some twine to just give that more dimension here. I have the need to send a card out like this. It's always sad when you have to do that, but I think it's great to be able to make your own and say something really personal to that person as well. So let's crack on and make both of these cards today. Today I'm going to use something a bit brighter, so we're going to use Poppy Parade and Garden Green, and we're going to use Night of Navy and Mint Macaron for our second card. So to start with our first card, all the measurements will be on my website at artypapercrafters.com. All that stuff will be on there. Click into this little down arrow description bar and that will take you to the project details and will take you over to my blog where I will have left all the dimensions for you. So we've got a piece of Poppy Parade to layer onto here and a piece of Whisper White on here. So we're going to stamp on our Whisper White and we're going to create this one here, and we're going to use our Garden Green and Poppy Parade, and we're going to do lots of stamping off. So you can see I've been doing lots of stamping off on this. So let's get maybe a clean side. No, you can't get a clean side on there. So I've prepped up on my block this stamp, which I suppose could also be a sheaf of wheat as well. Hadn't thought about that. So stamp up your block, stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on. About there is good, like that. And then we're going to stamp our flowers in Poppy Parade, and this is the little rose little flowers that they give you to put on here. So I'll just check whether I want them stamped off or not. I don't think I will have them stamped off today. Going to be bright and cheerful. So I think you just pop those on where you think they're going to look good, like that. And then we're going to put our sentiments on here, and we're going to use the green for that. And we are going to put Wishing You Well on the top here. So make sure that you've got it up the right way. Let me just check. Nope, I'm upside down, so it's a good job I checked, isn't it? Right then. Stamp that on there. And hoping I don't get my big head in the way, stamp that down on there. Perfect. And sending you our thoughts and prayers. Let's just stamp that off and check I've got that the right way up, and I have. I'm just going to clean that off. That seems to be a bit wet, that ink. Oh, well, I know ink is supposed to be wet, but that's that. And down here, stamp that. perfect. So that's the first one, and I've put my bow on here, but we are going to stamp off with another bow. So into our ink and across the top there. Perfect. Now what I like about this bow is that it's just like a tied little silky bow. Can you see that, where you've got you've got high points and low points where the bow is tied, and I think that's beautiful. I love that. And then that goes on here, but we're going to put that on there. First of all, we're going to put our card together. So let's put our layers together. So that's good. Then we're going to glue it onto our card front. So as you can see, these are simple little designs, but sometimes simple is good. And then we're going to add our bow with a little bit of glue. But first of all, we're going to add some Wink of Stella to the bow on here, just to add that bit of sheen. I do like Wink of Stella. And then we're going to add our bow like that. And then in the middle of our bow we're going to put some pearls. So a big pearl on the middle of our bow. And then these smaller ones fit perfectly onto these little flowers. If you can get hold of them, that is. Disappeared now. Come on. Right. Pick them up with my scissors. I think that's just going to be easier with these tiny, tiny little things. They want to elude me today. Whoops. I seem to be chasing these things around. I think that might be the last one. And then we're going to, I've got these little things here. I'm just wondering whether that will fit on there. No, it won't. That won't look good. No, forget that. We're going to put a couple of these pearls, one here and a medium one up here, and a medium one just there. And that, I think, finishes that off like that. So that's a simple card, but a great card. Love it. So that's that one. So let's put that aside and let's get on with the next one. Like I said, for this we're using mint macaron and Night of Navy. Again, all the dimensionals will be on my website. Now we're going to do some stamping off. So let me put my Garden Green and Poppy Parade away because we don't need those. Put those to one side. Bring in my Night of Navy and Mint Macaron. So let's open those up. Now what I'm going to do, what shall I use? Macaron, or let's just see how this fits together. So that's going to go on here. So I think Mint Macaron. So with the bow detail, when I find it, what I've done with it, needs cleaning. That's it. Right then, so we've got the bow prepped up and we need to stamp. I think we're going to stamp off just once or twice. No, twice. We're going to stamp off twice. So once, twice, and on the project. So you only need to cover about 2/3. So you go near the top. Oh, my stamp is all bitty. I'm going to have to put this ink down. These new stamp pads are too juicy. Right, let's try again. Once, twice, stamp down. Once, twice, and then I've offset it so that you don't have a bow. Oh gosh, I've put it into the navy. Oh, that was nearly a disaster. It's a good job I had to stamp off, wasn't it? Right, once, twice, stamp. Once, twice, stamp. Same thing's happened again. It's too juicy, so it's picking up too much ink. This pushes it down back into the pad again. Offset it again. Once, twice, and stamp. And you just do it until you've completed all your bows on your sheet. So that's that. Now we're going to layer up our layers. So that goes on here like this, and then our layers go on here like this. So let's put our layers together. And this has been cut so that you've just got one-eighth of an inch each side. And then we're going to glue that. Into here. Going down to that left hand edge like that. So now you've got this, and then we're going to glue this down onto our card. And that glues down so that you've got 1/8 of an inch all the way around the outside edge. Nice. Now we're going to do some stamping, but before we do that, I must have a slurp of tea. Only this is my 3rd video now, and I'm thirsty. So we're going to do our little ring of foliage next. So into the ink. That looks covered. And down. Lovely. And then I've got my 2 1/4 inch punch, and we're just going to punch that out. It just about cuts it out. Whoops, nearly slipped with it. That's it. And then we want to stamp our sentiment in the middle of it. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put the sentiment, where's my box? I'm going to put the sentiment wishing you well, which I've now got to find. Here it is, I think. Wishing you well. And we're going to stamp that in the Night of Navy. Yeah. Wishing you well. About centre it. Lovely. Perfect. And then we want to stamp a nice bow in Night of Navy. So we're going to get our bow into the Night of Navy and down. Gorgeous. I think I've finished with these for the time being, so I'm going to close them up. And now I'm going to fussy cut this out. So it doesn't take long, and I just cut it out with a little white border around the outside edge. So we're just moving the card instead of the scissors. And it doesn't take any time at all to cut this out. There we are, get rid of all the rubbish. And that's our little bow. Where's our card gone? Here it is. So wishing you well sits on there. And that doesn't stand out very well, does it? So I'm going to get my 2 1/2 inch punch, and I'm going to punch out a piece of Night of Navy. Because we want it to stand out. That's better, much better. Right, let's glue that down. Onto here, centralising it as we go, like that. And then that's going on here. And we're going to get some, I haven't worked out if I want gold or if I want silver. I think the gold will stand out more, won't it? So let's have a go at gold. And what I did here was I wound this round. Gosh, I've got ink, lots of ink. You can see I've been busy this afternoon. End of that's a bit raggedy. So we wind it round 3 fingers that are sort of open. 3 fingers, and we're winding it round about 5 or 6 times. And then we cut that off. And pinch it in the middle like that, so that it sort of forms, I suppose, like a little bow, doesn't it? And I'm going to get my fast fuse because I've still got some of it left, fortunately enough, and I'm just going to stick a very small double on there, pop that on there like that. And then we're going to stick our bow on with a glue dot. Let me find one that is. So let's stick that on with a glue dot. Centralise that over there, about there. And I forgot to tell you to hold the middle and just give it some dimension by pulling on it like that. Can you see then that you've got a bit more dimension going on? And then I've got to have a bit of wink of Stella on it, so let's put some of that on it. I think this has run out, this one, Stella. Get a new one. There, nice bit of sheen. And then I'm going to stick that on there with some glue dots. No, not glue dots, dimensionals. Dimensionals on the back here. Whoops. Now, normally I always do the insides of my cards, but because I don't know what I want to say when I send these, I really want to leave them blank for now so that I've got my options open. So stick that down centrally. And then I've got these beautiful little rosebuds that came in this box set called, I don't know what it's called now. Well, anyway, it came in this box, beautiful box. These little quirky rosy buds, which are beautiful. Like that. I'm going to stick that on. Like that. Stick it on and pull up. And I think that that is about it. I think that the colours in that are beautiful. So let's bring back, get rid of that scratch paper for a start off. Looks disgusting. Right, so that's our cards that we've made today, and these are the 2 cards that I made before. All beautiful and all perfect for sending to anybody at any time. I hope you enjoyed this project today and that you'll join me again very soon for another one. Don't forget to click over to go to my website. I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe to artypapercrafters.com. That'd be fabulous. And until next time, it's bye for now.